It's just a beach tote, John. Yeah, is it? Why do we have to make it so complicated? Because that's what we do. So at this point, there is every chance that I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be. That seems to be the way I do things. So we've got a template set up to get the straps landed on in the right place. It's partly because this is the first of this version. And so when it's all dialed in, it's fairly clear that the right thing to do will be to put the straps on before it starts to turn into a bag. But having said that, there's a detail on this bag which came about by accident, but which I would like to carry forward on the puffer version. And I think that when the strap's on, I won't be able to sew that. So the straps will have to go on afterwards, but this is it all just moves around way too much. So template is the way forward, but the template needs to really fix onto the bag. So the usual pattern card template that works on the X-Packs and the Corduras just isn't going to work on this, because it's changing shape while you stitch it. It's just not my thing. I didn't do fashion design, you can probably tell that just by looking at me, but it means that my experience, well, my design stuff, the way I design is more kind of more like probably how you would design hard goods, and I think I'm adapting, and I'm trying to bring how I do things to these fabrics, and these fabrics don't like it. They are a wild stallion. They don't want to do it the way I want to do it. But we have to persevere. Tenacity, that's what we need. And that's always my favourite. Just when you're ready and you start to stitch and then the thread just pulls out of the needle. Thank you. Why would you do that? Why do you always do that? In the comments, why? So often what happens is, because I've got no experience to speak of in these fabrics or in this sector, even in making, I've got not no experience. I've got 500 bags worth of experience. What I mean is, because my whole bag making comes from the design side, or comes from just self-directed. I had seen finished bags in my design career, so I'm obviously really familiar with what a finished bag looks like and what I'm looking for in terms of final execution and all of that. Well, I'm trying to raise the bar from anything I used to see, but I've got that going for me. But how to get there, no one showed me, so I'm showing myself. So I don't assume that the way I'm making a bag is the best way. I definitely wouldn't suggest it's the right way, and certainly not the only way, but it's my way. And I think that quite often in the field of design, too much time spent looking at how someone else does something just leads you to do the same. It makes you think that must be the way. And whilst it might end up being the way, by trying to find your own way, you'll make discoveries. So don't do things my way, but don't do things anybody's way. Find your own way, and then I think after you've found your own way, then like by all means, like have a look at how other people are doing things and see if like then you're like, oh, that is actually much better. But sometimes you might say, oh, this is how I've been doing it, and the person that's been doing it a certain way that they were shown for lots and lots of years just might turn around and say, do you know what? That's actually makes way more sense. And I've seen that happen. So don't give up. Keep going, because I will be. See you on the next one.